Good evening, everybody. So, we are continuing with the same topic that we did last time, extended to the other few points that we need to add. What was the point we studied yesterday, last night?
Brain waves.
Brain waves. And why did we study brain waves?
থ্রি ব্যারিয়ার্স যেটাতে তোমার ভিজুয়ালাইজেশনে সমস্যা হয় সেই ব্যারিয়ার্স গুলো নিয়ে কথা হয়েছে।
Uh, and we do it so that we can bring the brain into coherence. We
হুম
learned the brain waves so that we can bring the brain into coherence, because without coherence the analytical mind will not let us not just visualize but go into deep emptiness or deep meditation. Okay, that's why brain coherence very important. So I touched all of them to finally reach to the point, brain coherence, which is so important for us to go deep into meditation or to visualize. Then the next topic that I want to do is that same, the analytical mind, Johanna, that will not let us go deep, experience the newness that we want to experience and everything. For that, we said brain coherence and heart coherence. Both brain coherence and heart coherence is important so that we can stop the analytical mind. Okay, so now let us understand what is heart coherence and why heart coherence is so important. Okay, it's a very important. So yesterday we actually इतना कुछ हमने बात किया to understand brain coherence. Why brain coherence is so important. Today we will focus mostly on heart coherence and then I will guide you to the 5 steps. So heart coherence, friends, if you see when the fetus, the first fetus is formed, research says that सबसे पहले brain नहीं form होता है, heart form होता है. Okay. The first thing, Suchita, is your mother with you today, tonight?
No, she is not with me. I am
You
away.
let me know when your mother comes, okay?
Yeah.
If she comes. Okay. So what happens is that the heart is the first thing to, develop in a fetus. Imagine we used to think that the brain is so important, but now the new research says that the heart is even more important than the brain, you know. And previously, we used to think that it is only the brain which can think independently. It can think and decide what to do, what not to do. But the recent research shows that even when the brain has not, the moment you are just feeling something, you have not even seen, experienced, or thought about it, just by feeling, the body itself sends a signal to the heart first. If you're feeling fear or something, the heart has a mechanism to decide what is the action now it needs to do, which kind of hormones it will trigger or it will not trigger. Depending on that, the heart has its own mind to decide and take action. So the heart has a lot. Research also says that like there are neurons in the brain, there are also loads of neurons in the heart. So heart can also think. It's that powerful. Okay, then not just that. It says, I told you that, why do we do brain and heart? Because it is the brain which sends the intent. It is the brain which sends the intent out, and it is the heart that brings the event back to us. मुझे ये चाहिए और वो चाहिए, मैं इंटेंशन से भेज रही हूँ, लेकिन मैग्नेटिकली क्या, कौन, which part of my body will attract that event or the manifestation in my life is the heart. Okay, so the heart, the research also, I'm not putting on the PPT and everything, but someday maybe I will show you PPTs where it shows that, when you are doing heart coherence slowly, there is a magnetic field which keeps increasing all around you, around your heart, up. The whole body is surrounded by a magnetic field through the heart. It is the heart which can create a magnetic field, extreme magnetic field, can attract. That's why the more we bring the heart into coherence, we develop such magnetic field that we can attract the events back into our life. Okay, remember everything is thought, energy and frequency. So sab kuch energy frequency has, and magnetically it can attract that in our life as well. So this is how powerful heart is. Hmm? And we know this, but again it says that the brain is electric. Hmm? They say that the brain waves and everything, they are electric in nature. Hmm? And the heart's whatever waves it sends, it is magnetic in nature. Hmm? That's why it is the electric signal that we send with our intent, and it is the heart which brings the event back with its magnetic power. Okay, so this is all research based, everything has been done. Hmm? And so now, friends, what happened? Another research which has found out regarding heart is that it says कि पहले लगता था कि brain बहुत electric है, brain ही signal भेजता है and everything, and it is more electric and everything. But now they have found out the heart is 1,000 times more electric than the brain, and 5,000 times more magnetic than the brain. So both electric and magnetic powers we are talking about, which is responsible for creating a field where I can tap into the power of the universe, that is more in the heart, and so many times more. 1,000 times more is the electric power of the heart than the brain. 5,000 times more is the electric power of the heart from the brain. So imagine how powerful this heart is, friends. Okay, so that's why sometimes many people, they negate the importance of heart in meditation. बहुत ज्यादा भक्ति भक्ति नहीं करना चाहिए, मेडिटेशन कर रहे हो तो just go into emptiness and everything. But you will see, friends, why do women go into enlightenment so fast? They become enlightened very fast. And they can go into deep states of emptiness sometimes very fast, more than men, because women are very heart oriented. Okay, they can easily slip into this emptiness and all these things, friends. That's why this heart is so important, friends. And that's why आप अगर देखो, nowadays we put music, right? Beautiful music, meditation music, classical music. We put all these music so that we listen to the music and we meditate. Hmm? Why do we do it? One of the reasons, we say that it helps us to get into meditation, but the scientific explanation is that the soothing, beautiful, rhythmic music has the potential to open our heart, bring the heart into coherence. Okay, and that's why these kind of music, normal up meditation karo, it will be very difficult for you to go deep, but you put in a very nice music, find a nice music which is very soothing for you and everything, and go into meditation, you'll see 5-10 minutes you're into deep meditation. Why does that happen? Because this music develops emotions in us. And the heart, how does the heart becomes coherent? The heart opens up when it feels elevated emotions. The heart can open up when it feels elevated emotion. So this music helps us to feel very elevated emotion, and that's why the heart starts going into coherence. Heart coherence बहुत important है, आप लोग को explain किया गया है. There is this hormone just at the back of the heart. Okay, there, see another thing, that this hormone, see, this is again in that heart chakra. बोलते हैं कि when we are in stress and when we are in deep stress and tension na, this hormone releases, I think 1,200 or some chemicals, 12 around that kind of chemicals, 1,200 types of chemicals which can lead us into disease. Okay, the same, that gland, I think it's the thymus gland, okay, at the back of the heart, which when we bring in elevated emotions and all these kinds of feeling, when we feel good and happy and elevated and all these things, it releases again the same kind of, I think, 1,200 to 800 kinds of chemicals which has medicinal value, which can or naturally heal the body. Okay, this thymus gland has that kind of power, but iska power bhi kaise develop hota hai? It is also developed through elevated emotions, because when we feel high elevated good emotions, this heart chakra opens. That's when the heart starts going into coherence. Okay, so, and it's a vast topic. I cannot share all of it right now, but I think this should be enough for you to understand why heart coherence is so important, friends. Okay, आप अगर देखो, like, I like since some 2 years or 3 years, I'm very much fond of Isha songs. And the songs, so don't think it as god goddesses, because when we are meditators we normally think it as the emptiness of the universe. Okay, but that emptiness of the universe, sometimes Shiv Shakti in Hindu mythology, they are actually people who are really understand they are actually nothing, but they might, the normal people will say they are god and goddesses, but they are nothing but the feminine energy of this emptiness, masculine energy of this emptiness, the divine universe, Allah, or whatever you call. Okay, so, and you'll see that there also everybody meditates in this Isha Sadguru and all these things, but why there is so much of devotional songs, and one after another songs, they have such amazing songs. You feel like crying when you listen to those songs. Why do they keep make these songs, and why are they really helping others? Because again, scientifically you understand that it is opening the heart chakra. Okay, it is opening the heart chakra. When we listen to these kind of songs, naturally we feel good, we feel devotion, we feel very elevated. And and again, there are people who also meditation mein hi na kabhi kabhi they put in verses, beautiful verses of some poets and famous spiritual poets, and verses, if you remember last time we did verses of Ibn Arabi. He's a very famous Sufi saint. We listened to his verses and then we went into emptiness. Okay, so why do they, in many other masters I've seen that they use verses. Some people use Rumi verses. Some people use Tao Te Ching, that Lao Tzu verses. ये verses भी हम जब सुनते हैं ना, they are such profound verses. इतने, they have such meaning. They tell you that go back to yourself, and the love for the divine and everything. Just by listening to those verses with that soft sound, again opens our heart chakra. So anything that is opening, so there are different kind of meditations. Some are plain meditation with music. They are also meant to open the heart chakra and bring the brain into coherence. There are some meditations where you will see there are verses. This is only in the beginning, because ये पहले आपको पूरा coherent state में लेके आएगा, brain and heart को, because when you listen it will open, and then you can very easily merge into emptiness. Not just merge into emptiness, as I said yesterday, we spoke about how important visualization is, right? And it very easily helps us to visualize. नहीं तो क्या होगा, analyze करते रहेंगे. अरे, I'm visualizing 1 billion, but the brain and the heart is not coherent yet. अभी भी हम elevated emotions और coherency में नहीं गया, तो मैं बोलूँगा तुझे तुझे मिलेगा. How can you get this? See your background, see your family background, see the kind of job you earn. How is it possible? So this is the analytical mind which will always tell you that not possible, not possible, because it always compares itself with the present situation, whatever you are going with, and it will not let you go into deep visualization. देखना, इसीलिए ना visualize कभी कभी देखना, when I'll tell you, without all these things, if you sit and start visualizing, you will see that your heart will not give in. You'll feel, माइंड में ही चलेगा, कैसे पॉसिबल, कितना प्रॉब्लम, घर में इतना प्रॉब्लम है, पैसे का तंगी है, इतना कैसे आएगा, एंड all these things you'll start thinking the moment I will ask you to visualize without going into heart and brain and heart coherence. Yeah, that's why, friends, brain and heart coherence is so important, because the moment we do it, we are now ready. We have prepped ourselves to go deep into meditation or visualization. Okay, so friends, now I'll tell you about so another thing, heart coherence. Okay, so heart coherence का और एक चीज है कि elevated emotions. Now I've told you elevated emotions, it's very important, heart, to open the heart. There are four emotions that that can easily open our heart. Okay. Huh? The first emotion is gratitude, that we have already been doing. We have been, now we have just for some time we have stopped that. But we every day we used to journal 5 minutes. हम लोग बैठ के gratitude journaling करते थे, right? So gratitude, the emotion of gratitude it is a signature of receivership बोलते हैं, when do we feel gratitude? Mostly, if you see, we feel gratitude when we have already achieved it. It gives us a feeling of thank you, I've already achieved it, right? That kind of feeling happens. So when we develop gratitude for anything, anything that we pick up and we start feeling gratitude about, we will see that the heart opens. And that's why this is the first point that we have already been doing. Second is appreciation. Second emotion that we need to bring out to open our heart is appreciation, friends. Okay. So appreciation is like, appreciating whatever we see. We have a tendency of, we all, it's sometimes because of habit. Nobody has taught us how to think, how to feel. We have, the moment we see somebody, we scan and we start seeing what is not right in that person or that situation or that place or that environment or anything, right? मोहल्ला अच्छा नहीं है, लोग अच्छे नहीं हैं, देखो उसमें इतना बुराई है, वो इतना बकर बकर करता है. We are always in the state of come all looking what is not right in somebody, some situation or place. Okay. And you will see how the frequency immediately, because it's not a high frequency emotion when you are complaining, when you are judging, when you are, you criticizing, gossiping about somebody. Okay. So it will immediately reduce your frequency, and your heart will stop. Okay, the heart chakra will stop. खुल रहा था, आपने इमीडिएटली किसी को देख के जज कर लिया, बोल दिया ये ठीक नहीं है, वो ठीक नहीं है, पूरा लाइफ ठीक नहीं है, देन गए. Okay, so that's why second point is appreciation. Okay, we need to see good in others. I still remember my first mentor, Daisuke Ikeda, and my uh, Buddhist organization, one of my mentor, chanting organization. So he was a person. He has traveled all over the world. There are so many members all over the world, and he was asked, "Okay, how come you are able to make friendship?" And he used to meet all the dignitaries of different countries, all the high officials, and he has also stopped wars between Russia and China. He spoke and he made a dialogue. There are many stories about him which you can read about him. Okay, how he really, even the officials, high officials, he went and he was so courageous. He spoke because he was so filled with love for everybody. So he was asked that how come you can talk to everybody? How come how is it possible? How is it that nobody hates you, everybody loves you, you go and people open up to you and you talk and everything? He said that, I only see the goodness in people. Okay. And whenever there might be 10 wrong things, there might be 10 good things, but I only appreciate the 10 good things in others. And I always try to see the good in others. Okay, that's how, this is the magic of it. Okay, friends. Appreciation's other part is, friends, that we always think, and we don't need our life to be very good to appreciate. Okay, we at the moment, what happens is that, friends, you will see, I took the topic of today, let us touch a little bit of money, because we are already in this abundance, but I was touching basics so that we can go into money later. But let me just talk about money a little bit. Okay, so friends, if we want money, but at the same time we are criticizing people who have money, yeah, it is a contrast. We will never have money in our life. Okay, we will never have, because जिसके पास मनी है उसको मैं बोल रही हूँ, अरे ये तो he has earned money through fraud means and all these things, and we will make our own story about that person, and we'll say, oh, he has not earned through hard work, he just got his ancestor money. And we do so many things in our brain when we judge people. Okay. And then this, like, we will. So when this happens, friends, it stops the flow of money in our life. Hmm? If we want money in our life, we should learn to appreciate the people who are rich. Hmm? Look around the people and appreciate them instead of finding what is the fault. ओ अंबानी देखो कितना पैसा खर्च किया, इससे तो गरीबों से बहुत कुछ आ जाता, देखो इतना वो है, इतना शोई है, इतना शो ऑफ करता है, and all these things. So many of us have said that, right? So it again comes from jealousy. It comes of a little bit of trigger that I don't have, he has. तो मुझे तो उसको थोड़ा डाउन करना ही है, उसको उसके बारे में कुछ बोल के उसको नीचे दिखाना ही है. तो second point, friends, of appreciation also comes in place of money as well. So start appreciating the richness in others. Start celebrating others abundance and wealth. हमारा क्या होता है, many times when somebody is richer than us, we start resenting them, we start hating them, we start being jealous of them. Okay, the frequency goes down. Okay, so instead of that, appreciate if somebody has earned a promotion, got an increase in his income or anything, start appreciating. Say, wow, fantastic, I'm so happy for you. And when we do that, it increases our frequency, appreciation. And because according to the law of self and environment, it is in Maya, right, कि हम separate है, सब अलग अलग है. It's a Maya. I already spoke that in the whole universe we are all one. Nobody is separate. तो मैं अगर किसी को appreciate कर रही हूँ, इसका मतलब मैं अपने जीवन को भी appreciate कर रही हूँ. मैं किसी को अगर reject कर रही हूँ, judge कर रही हूँ, resent कर रही हूँ, इसका मतलब है I'm also rejecting, judging and resenting my own life. The second point is so important of appreciation. Okay, so it's very important that I appreciate the goodness in others. I start doing it. Third point is acceptance, friends. Okay, acceptance of what is. See, we are meditators, we are co-creators, we create our own life, we create our own destiny. That is true. But at the same time, I need to also accept I cannot create new thing by rejecting what I don't like right now. Oh, why don't I have this much of money in my life? Why is my life so bad? Why is my financial condition so bad? I hate this situation. And then I'm trying to visualize something. ये नहीं होगा. Whatever we resist persist. There is another concept in quantum physics is anything we resist, the energy, we are resisting the energy, right? I'm saying, I don't want this, I don't want this. Why is it happening? The more, it will come up even more with more intensity to show me on my face that, you are trying to resist it. Accept the situation. I already spoke about acceptance in depth before as well, right? So understand this, that acceptance of the situation is so it's not passiveness. It doesn't mean that I will not take any action. I accepted this. यही मेरा जीवन है. मैं कुछ कर नहीं सकती. It's not that. In meditation, in spiritual world, it is not that kind of passive acceptance. It is acceptance that right now this is what I have. I accept it. I'm grateful because this situation is helping me to learn some lessons that the universe wants to teach me. Okay, and I'm ready to learn the lesson. So this is acceptance. Third point, how to open the heart chakra. Fourth point is then content, satisfaction, and having that satisfaction of whatever I have in my life, having a contentment of whatever I have in my life. Okay, it's a quality, friends. It's not हम हमें लगता है कि नहीं satisfied कैसे हूँ कि मेरे पास तो इतना है. I can never be satisfied with this. It is actually a habit. If we develop this habit, even with 1 or 2 rupees we can feel satisfaction. It is Eckhart Tolle. Let me bring Eckhart Tolle because I could not touch the whole of the Eckhart Tolle last time, friends. Okay, because we were touching ego, emotions, and all these things. Okay, so Eckhart Tolle in his book he was saying that uh, why there people बोलते कि in reality we are actually whole beings, right? क्यों whole beings है? Because हम universe का ही we are a microcosm, we are a microcosm to the macrocosm, उसका ही micro form है, universe का ही छोटा सा form है, but full universe ही है but micro form में है. So can I be, other than being whole, I'm already whole, I have the whole universe inside me. मैं ऑलरेडी होल हूँ, मैं कंप्लीट हूँ, वेदर आई एम whatever negative qualities I have, whether I'm achieving great things in life or not achieving great things in life, whether I'm earning a lot or not earning, whether I have a family or not or don't have a family, nothing matters. Okay, I am whole just the way I am. This is a deep feeling. लेकिन many of us we go into illusion. Okay, and what happen, the illusion is that, oh, I'm not whole, I'm not complete, I need something, some situation, somebody to complete me. Okay, और वो कैसे निकलता है, वो कैसे निकलता है, people who are not spiritual, you'll see they are very greedy, they are always looking for doing something or the other. They might look like, oh wow, this person is so hard working, बहुत काम करता है, हमेशा busy है. Okay, but in reality the person is always never satisfied, always is looking for something, always wants to either to own a lot of things. आज ये चाहिए तो कल वो चाहिए तो परसों वो चाहिए, एक गाड़ी हुआ तो एक गाड़ी नहीं चाहिए, तीन गाड़ी चाहिए, एक घर हुआ तो एक घर नहीं चाहिए, 10 घर चाहिए. These, the people who are not that evolved and they don't understand from where it is coming, they become very, they crave a lot, they become very greedy people. But see, that's why we said we should not judge. Deep down what is happening is that they're not greedy, they deep down they are actually not feeling whole, they don't feel complete inside. That's why they want stuffs to fill them, make them complete. Okay, and people who are a little bit evolved, hum dekhna, little bit, we are in the spiritual world and everything, what the feeling that we go through is that we feel we are not good enough, we don't feel good enough, तो we feel that अगर मैं ये कोर्स कंप्लीट कर लूँ तो आई थिंक आई फील गुड इनफ, अगर ये हो जाएगा तो मैं थोड़ा और गुड इनफ फील करूंगी. अगर spiritual people, we will also we also start judging ourselves sometimes with our character, nature, habit. Oh, why am I like this? I don't like my this habit, I want to change myself. And we start struggling with our own nature, character and habit, and we want to change our personality with the feeling of fighting it. Oh, I'm not good enough. But the what Eckhart Tolle says is that these are illusions. It happens when you don't feel whole. You actually, in reality, it happens from the understanding that you don't feel complete on your own. That's why you either are craving things or you don't feel good enough things. The fourth point, that's why is very important. Feel content and whole on your own. Okay, feel very satisfied. So the moment now you know all these signs, so the moment you feel that I need that new dress, take it. Why will you not take that dress? But ask yourself, what is the reason, what is the thought process behind buying that new dress, taking that, buying that new bag or anything? Or why do you feel that, oh, I'm not, I need to do this qualification, that qualification, study this, because I feel, no, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. Then come back to the understanding that I am whole just the way I am complete in my own way. Huh? And if you are not feeling, still you're not feeling good enough, I said we have this process, beautiful process, instant gratification process, जहाँ पे आप कुछ भी feel हो रहा है कि आपके पास नहीं है, आप you take it directly from the universe. Fill your body. If you feel, oh, I'm not loved, fill your body with love. If you feel I'm not respected, fill your body with respect. If you feel I'm not safe, I'm not protected, fill your body with safe and protection. Okay, that's how you'll start feeling whole and contented. Okay, so did you get it? So these are the 4 things through which we open our heart chakra. Itne din we were only doing with gratitude because I was waiting for this moment so that I can add the 3 more emotions to it. Okay, so till now everybody is clear what I'm talking about. Are you clear or you have any questions? No questions? Okay. So now 5 steps. 5 steps to manifestation is first is brain coherence, second is heart coherence, okay? Third is visualization. We do this, these are the step. Fourth is surrendering. Okay. Now I surrender to the universe. I cannot, I want something, but the universe has 100 ways of bringing it to me. Okay. But whenever maybe the universe will bring that manifestation or something to me in parts. Okay. एक साथ में नहीं लाके यूनिवर्स सोच रहा है कि नहीं एक साथ में नहीं दूंगा, मैं पहले ये भेजूंगा फिर ये भेजूंगा, ये आएगा, then finally you will assemble and make the whole, yourself. This is how the universe is thinking. Okay. But when things are coming, and as for example, uh, what example should I say? Okay, as for example, you want a cake. You want cake in your life. And you have visualizing and everything, and you said, this is what I want. But क्या कर रहा है? The universe, what it is doing is that it said, okay, she wants cake. Okay, let me send sugar. Let me send, eggs. Let me send flour. Huh? Flour. And let me send, other items, vanilla essence. Okay. And it's sending, but it is sending in a random way. Okay. It's not sending the way you are thinking that, oh, ये ऐसे ही मुझे मिलेगा. Okay. So then what happens is that, and you say, no, मैंने तो ये नहीं मांगा था कि क्या है शुगर, क्या है क्या वेनिला एसेंस है, क्या केक क्यों नहीं आया है, नहीं. So what happens is that many times when we are not aware and we start wanting things to be the way I want things to be, the universe cannot, you know, क्या बोलते हैं कि छप्पर फाड़ के नहीं दे सकता है. ओके. तो उसको लग रहा है कि वो दे रहा है, बट यू आर सेइंग नहीं नहीं ये तो नहीं मांगा था, वो तो नहीं मांगा था. एंड then the, like, the, or the process becomes longer because you are continuously rejecting whatever is coming. Okay. That's why this fourth point, surrender, is so important, friends. Okay. Surrendering, I said, उसके बाद मैं सोचूंगी नहीं, मैंने ये इंटेंट कर दिया, विजुअलाइज कर दिया, सब कुछ कर दिया. उसके बाद यूनिवर्स, you know how anything about how, leave it to the universe. How, where and when it has to manage. Even time, हमें कभी कभी लगता है कि टाइम भी मैं मुझे यही चाहिए, but surrender. Universe, you know what is the best time, how you want to give it to me, where you want to give it to me, it's up to you. I just surrender. You will see sometimes when you are actually struggling, things are not happening. But when you surrender and I said, universe, it's up to you. You give it, you don't give it, I totally trust you. That's when suddenly they होता है ना. Have you seen? There are times when we completely give up and we say होने से होगा, नहीं होने से नहीं होगा. Have you seen that? कि तभी manifestations होते हैं when we almost feel like giving up. Actually, we are not giving up, we are actually surrendering. That's why suddenly you will see the manifestation happens. Okay. So this is the fourth point of manifestation. Fourth part of manifestation is to completely surrender. And the fifth part is gratitude. Okay. Gratitude is, friends, is like a deep thank you, imagining as if your goal is already done. You have already achieved your goal. Okay. This is how you will give gratitude, that thank you, it's already done. Imagining, feeling, visualizing completely that you are, who are you calling to share your victory, and filled with victory, filled with gratitude. So this is the fifth point where you are giving gratitude. Okay. Am I clear? What are the five steps of manifestation? I will start in some time this process. We might, friends, take 5 more minutes if it, because it's a 5 steps process, and it might take a little time. So please bear with me if the time stretches. Okay. क्या है first? What is the first part? What we are going to do? কি করব আমরা?
Visualization.
No, the first part is brain coherence.
Brain coherence.
Okay. Then second part is heart
Heart
coherence.
coherence.
Okay. And who is talking? I cannot even see who is talking. May I know who is talking? कौन
Suchita.
बात कर? हाँ,
Suchita.
अफसा? Suchita.
Suchita.
Yes. Brain coherence, first part. Second part is heart coherence. Okay. Third part is when we start, we have prepped ourselves to visualize. Now we are going to visualize. That is visualization. Fourth part is surrender, surrendering it to the universe. And fifth part is gratitude. Okay, friends? Got it? Please write it down. Please write it down. It's a very important 5-step process. Manifestation 5-step process. Okay? We will start the meditation now.